Hiya folks and welcome to Recent UK with me, Darren Grimes. Now, is it just me or have you noticed something a little curious about people's approach to the coronavirus? Something rather surprising to me is that I seem to be finding that more often than not, one of the big correlating factors between those who are more frightened of COVID, a little anxious about it, and those who are more fatalistic about it, is their political leanings. Lefties seem to be petrified with fear by the virus, whereas those on the conservative side of things seem to be more cool and collected. And, you know, we can look no further than the way in which people want us to lock down sooner and faster over those who actually are worried about, especially during the Christmas period, are worried about the repercussions for hospitality, our pubs shutting down, for those being propelled into poverty and financial and mental misery. And those who are saying, well, hang on a minute, yes, we should take this seriously, but we shouldn't throw out the baby with the bathwater. And so why is it? Why is there this correlation? I mean, would you have predicted that before the virus started, that this would be the case? Who could have possibly predicted this? And, you know, I can see how political ideology might determine how you view free market economics or Britain's foreign policy, very important things at this time of Brexit. So why should political ideology seem to correlate with a difference on opinion with regard to COVID? And I'm really asking this to you, the audience, as an open-ended question. I want to hear your thoughts on it. I'd like to suggest a reason or two and then throw it to you in the comment section. But I'll be sure to reply to some of your comments, so do get writing. But here's a suggestion, right? I think that there could be something going on with as regards to conservatism, who tend to be more religious than leftists, who tend to be more secular. Perhaps there's a belief that when it's your time, as well as a belief in the hereafter might allow people to live their lives with a bit more of a surrender to fate. You know, my life is in God's hands, content in the knowledge that their life, or not all of it, is completely in their gift. Or perhaps it's about the values that lie at the heart of the left and the right. You know, one of the deepest philosophical divides between the left and the right today is whether you value freedom over safety or safety over freedom. And for the left, they prefer cradle to grave state care. You know, everything is taken care of. There's less room for risk. But that means that there's also less room for choice and the ability to chart your own course. And conservatives say, in the words of Thomas Jefferson, I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. And conservatives crucially believe that the agency of the individual is absolutely sacred, it's sacrosanct, and the government's role should be to maximise human choice, to pave the life that'll grant them the most fulfilment. And of course, for each person, that's different. So perhaps that's why leftists are more concerned about feeling safe from any risk, more in favour of state control over the virus, to control the virus, whereas conservatives lean more towards limiting government interference and allowing each individual to determine their own risk factor and whether or not they seem able to fend off a virus that is, for the vast majority of people, not going to impact them seriously. So, you know, they would say, well, if you want to isolate and socially distance, get on with it, and which there would be, by the way, if we were all allowed to live our lives freely and without the state telling that we've got to lock down every 2 minutes. I think there would be a lot of people voluntarily locking themselves away and not hugging their family and isolating and all the rest of it. And we should let them do that. In my view, it's the belief in personal responsibility and the sacred value of human agency and freedom that's really important. Those fundamental rights that we've always cherished. But anyway, listen, I'm ranting now. What do you think? How do you explain that correlation between angst about COVID and political leanings? Have you recognised it? Do you recognise it in yourself? Let us know in the comments, because I'm keen to explore this topic a little bit further. Alright, I'll see yous next time.